Only thing I would push back on you is I did see you say that you felt like Kyle was putting him out there a little bit, like, passing him too much early. I actually looked at it the opposite way, Grant. I think when you throw on first down, like, let's go back to the beginning of his performance. He threw on first down on the first play that he had, right? And that's when he got Jalen Moore got beat by Jordan Willis, and Zakel got just bull rushed into his lap by John Jenkins, and Trey didn't react to the sack, didn't react to the pressure, didn't move back, kind of feet got kind of frozen, and it was an easy sack. But as far as the decision to throw on first down, I kind of thought Shanahan was trying to bail him out, because the Niners, from what I could tell, did not run the ball well in Vegas in the practices, and he knew they're going with their second string O-line. He probably passed him on first down on two of the first four first down plays instead of had a running play, just simply because you're trying to give the quarterback a chance to not just run on first down, run on second down, 3rd and 8. All right, drop Trey back to pass. Everybody knows he's going to pass. I thought he was actually trying to benefit him a little bit by throwing him.
I don't have a problem with Trey throwing on first down. I don't have a problem with throwing on first down. Yeah. I do have a problem. Not a problem. I'm confused about calling 8 throws in the first 9 passes, because Kyle never does that. And it's either he wanted to reveal what he feels about Trey, or he wanted to showcase Trey. And he was thinking, if I give him all these throws, there will be more for teams to look at. But I just feel like, man, that's not your identity on offense. You guys are a run first, play action pass second team. That's how you call plays for Sam Darnold. That's how you call plays for Brock Purdy. What is that? But anyway, after those 3, especially when you got 3 sacks in those 3 series, and 2 of them weren't his fault, according to Kyle Shanahan. So, dude, protect him. He could get hurt. The last time he played a preseason game against the Raiders, he broke his finger, and it wiped out 2 years of development according to Kyle. So, I don't know. Anyway, those 3 series were strange. I thought it was a complete meltdown from Trey to Kyle to Jalen Moore to everyone. But then the second quarter started, and it seemed like everyone picked it up a little bit, not just Trey, but Kyle too. I would like to see, real quick, I want to point out what Kyle said on the conference call like an hour ago about this, because I feel like
I was not on the call, by the way.
Okay. I feel like Kyle's been surprisingly positive and encouraged by this. I was expecting him to just crush Trey. But really, he's taken the opportunity to be like in Trey's corner on this. And he said he got better as the game went on, that the first 2 sacks weren't his fault, that he was decisive, that he wasn't hesitating as much. He was playing faster and more aggressive. That's a direct quote, playing faster and more aggressive. And so I think that's kind of interesting. It doesn't sound like Kyle Shanahan is, unless I'm misreading it, it doesn't sound like Kyle Shanahan is preparing to trade Trey Lance anytime soon. Seems like he wants Trey to stick around, even if Trey isn't going to start for a while.
I mean, the super cynical person could say he's saying whatever he's saying to maintain, trade value, blah, blah, blah. I just think that if you look at this game.
That didn't go up yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. It did not go up yesterday.
That didn't go up yesterday, no.
I would say this, though. I think if you judge Trey's performance in the first 9 plays, you would think he was terrible. If you judged him from play 10 to play 27, you would have a different perspective.
Yeah.
I just think those first 3 drives, which, as I said, it was 9 plays. It resulted in 1 total yard. It was 3 3-and-outs. He just looked a little frenetic. He looked a little frazzled. He looked a little uncomfortable.
Rusty.
And
can we say rusty? Can we say rusty? For a quarterback wasn't played in 11 months?
Well, yeah. I mean, he hadn't played since week 2. But he just looked a little like, a buddy of mine who scouted him, who feels like he knows him. I called him last night, and he's like, you know what? I actually look at that as a good thing. And I said, why? Give me your reasoning. And he said, because it shows how bad he wants it. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you don't care, you're just out there kind of slinging it. But if you really, really want it, you're going to, you may be nervous. And you may have nerves, and you may see those nerves up front, and at least that's what this guy thought. And this guy was was in Fargo, was on campus, and has scouted this player before. So he said, "Hey, look, I thought he looked like he's a young guy who badly wants to succeed, and looked really nervous. and looked uncomfortable in his his first start since September.
That being said, I think once the first 3 drives were over, I think he made plays after he settled in that he wouldn't have made in the past. Breaking out of the pocket to the right, not scrambling, finding his receiver, making a jump pass without crossing the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have made that play last year. And then the touchdown pass that almost was intercepted, Kyle Shanahan keeps mentioning that he likes that play. And he wouldn't have, I don't think Trey would have attempted that pass last year. Now, it should have been intercepted, but maybe next time he gets the timing right and it's a touchdown pass. It seems like he is improving. And what I would have liked to see is him. I liked how the Raiders let Aiden O'Connell play almost the entire game. I'd like to see the Niners do that with Trey. You're so invested in him. You should have been doing that the last 2 years. In retrospect, all those reps you gave to Nate Sudfeld were useless. Josh Rosen, useless. Like Sam Darnold, we'll see. But for a guy who needs reps and can't get them, preseason games, man. Preseason games. It worked for Aiden O'Connell, that's all I'm going to say.
I mean, Aiden O'Connell looked amazing, didn't he? I mean, he was incredible.
He looked like Brock Purdy.
So much of it is accuracy, touch, and timing. And I think Trey's accurate enough. To me, it's all going to be about the touch and the timing.
Agree.
And
timing,
like what we saw,
and the decision making, apparently.
But I like his decision making. You got to remember this: this guy did not turn the ball over at all at North Dakota State. Right. This guy was a fantastic. That was one of his strengths coming out, was his decision making ability and keeping balls out of harm's way. But he just the ball came out a little late.
Do we agree though? That the blame should be spread around on the offense? That it wasn't just Trey Lance held the offense back?
I mean, first of all, when Trey was asked about his O-line, which, I mean, Zakelj, I love Zakelj as a prospect, but, Chris Forster told us last week he's not there yet, and then we went out and saw it. He's not there yet. And Matt Pryor, I don't know if he ever was there, but he's not there anymore or not there yet. I don't know what, but Pryor and Zakelj got whipped on the right side.
See,
and when Trey was asked about it, Grant, did he blame him? No. He said, "Hey, it's on me," and that's what a leader does.
Right.
But like giving you that touchdown pass, that 1st and goal pass from the 9, Lance fakes the stretch. They're in the 3 wides. Mm-hmm. He fakes the stretch to TDP, and then bootlegs off of it, and he's got Dwelly for an easy touchdown. It looks like, and then Duke Shelley jumps in. Or I should say, he's got Conley in the back of the end zone. Shelley jumps in. He's late with the throw to Conley, just a second late, and Shelley pops it into the air, and it became a lucky touchdown. But that ball came out late. Now I think what Kyle is saying is he likes the idea that Trey's got the guts to throw it in tight windows, and he processed the right guy to go to. He just his recognition was a hair late.
But isn't it fair? Isn't it fair for a guy who hasn't played in 11 months? I mean, like, we're both saying that the biggest issue with Trey Lance in this game was his timing, which to me is totally predictable given what he's coming back from. I mean, rust is a factor. What I thought was cool was, despite his rust and lack of timing, he was accurate. He was 10 to 15. I mean, this is a guy whose career completion percentage in the NFL is 54. So that's a big step up for him. That's like a Jalen Hurts level-esque improvement, or like a Josh Allen-esque improvement, a guy who is hopelessly inaccurate to being actually pretty accurate. Now he just needs to work on his timing, and I think that should come with reps. If he could get him, I really hope they don't bury him and relegate him to like the 3rd quarter next week so they can give Sam Darnold looks, because